Hey, good afternoon. It's Wednesday, May 11th. Thank you so much for being here this afternoon. Always so blessed to be with you. Uh, Remember, on this Friday is Q&A Friday too. You're starting to send some questions in. Really looking forward to answering with you on Friday. So if you have some more, you can either leave it in the section for comments on my website, everydaytalk247.com, or you could just leave it in the comment section here on my YouTube channel. Either way, I'll pick them up and we'll be able to, Lord willing, take a shot at trying to answer some of these on Friday. Thanks so much for participating and eager to get your questions. The everyday thought for today, as you can see from the thumbnail, is 3 things to remember when you encounter or deal with a difficult person. 3 things to remember about dealing with difficult people. The first thing to remember is this, that the most difficult challenge, the most difficult person in that encounter is you, is me. Because not only do we have to deal with the issues and problems and challenges of the difficult person we're talking with, we have to deal with our own issues and problems and things and sort those things out. So in effect, we've got all of the things that they have to deal with, all the things that we have to deal with. So the most challenging part of dealing with difficult people is, first of all, recognizing we have the most difficult responsibility. In many ways, we are the one that's most difficult. So that's the first thing. First thing, remember, the most difficult person in a difficult situation to deal with, that's me, that's you. Second thing, God is committed to you. This is perhaps the most important, but it fits in the middle of my 3 here. So God is the most important. And that means that I recognize that in his wisdom, power, and sovereignty and love, he's organized all of the difficult events in my life and in your life so that we can bring honor to him. And he's committed to us. He's actually committed to bringing things into our lives that are going to cause us to bring honor to him and bless others. Sometimes when that works out great in our minds, we're thrilled with that. But sometimes when we face these difficult challenges, these difficult situations, we totally forget about the fact that God is behind this as well. We're more than happy to give the credit to God for bringing about something that we enjoy. We're not quite so willing to give him honor and glory and respect when he brings something into our life that is perhaps not so enjoyable. And then following from that, we need to realize we're not our own. We're not free to respond in the way that we want to respond. God has a claim on us. And the blood of Christ staked that claim. So you and I are not our own, as Paul says in Corinthians. We belong to him. So point 1, remembering that the most difficult person in a situation to deal with is we are, because we've got ourselves and the other person to deal with. And secondly, remembering that God is present in every situation and that he's brought this thing to be, this difficult situation, this difficult person, for the specific purpose of us growing closer to him. And he can do that because he has a claim on our life, because he's rescued us from certain death and mess and brought us into his kingdom where we're his subjects. Third, God wants us, as we deal with that difficult person, to have, I'm going to do 2 threes here. Remember that we're always called to deal with that person in love, grace, and wisdom. Even if we have to administer discipline or challenge someone, love, grace, and wisdom. The Bible tells us that over and over again. Those things must give us guidance. And that grace includes gentleness. So love, grace, gentleness, wisdom. Gentleness is not being weak. It's just acting in the way that God wants us to act. And then within that, there are three more categories to deal with, ways that we can respond. One is we can hear that difficult person, understand that they really have a valid point. We can affirm them, appreciate them, and make those changes and have a blessed time of just affirmation and gratitude. Or two, we may have to lovingly, carefully, gently, wisely disagree with them and challenge them, not in harsh ways, but using pleasant words, using wisdom, using care to say why I can't go along with this, why I must respectfully disagree with you. It's not wrong to do that. We just can't do it in a way that, where we blow our stack or get angry or offended. And then the third category is some folks we just need to avoid. There are some people that they're toxic enough and destructive enough that the Bible plainly tells us not to have anything to do with them. And I've listed some of those in some of the other previous videos. So that's it. 3 things to remember. I'm the most difficult person because of the complication of me and the other person. God is the one who's put a claim on my life, and he's brought this thing to bring into my life the things that I need so I can honor him. He's not on a coffee break. And then thirdly, there's 3 ways we can deal with these folks with the right attitude. We can affirm and respond and be gracious for their difficulty and realize God brought this to help change me. Or I need to be the one who's gently but powerfully, carefully, humbly giving them instruction, lovingly challenge. Or third, I need to avoid some folks altogether because it's a black hole to try and deal with them. And that's it. Those 3 things, those 3 ways to remember, give us a plan for how to deal with difficult people and situations. Think about those things. Work that through. See if it doesn't make a change. Instead of being afraid of difficult situations, we can embrace them. Embrace difficult people because we know God has given us a way to deal with it. And that's the thought for this day. And, give me some thoughts, feedback. It's always great to hear your comments. Don't forget Q&A Friday. Check us out at everydaytalk247.com. If you haven't subscribed, turn on post notifications. The videos will come right to you. Thank you so much for being here. Such a huge encouragement. And thank you for those who are supporting what we do here. You have a great day. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.